While silver continues its recovery after a big drop this week, will the big banks predict higher prices in 2026? Let's talk about it. Before we get into our gold and silver updates for the end of the week, everybody, let's take a look at the major bank forecast on silver for the rest of 2026. Some see it as bullish, some see it pretty conservatively. JP Morgan is showing about $81 an ounce, with prices rallying to about $85 an ounce. Goldman Sachs shows trading average of around $85 to $100 an ounce. So all the big boys are still saying pretty big silver this year, everyone. So if you're out there panicking because we're dropping into the 60s for silver, then you just need to relax because everything's going to be okay. Look at Bank of America, maintains a very highly bullish posture on silver of at about 135 plus per ounce. Guys, that could happen. That's definitely a possibility. But, you know, kind of like the weather, you got to be conservative with your forecast sometimes, so though you don't over forecast and look like a fool. Citi looks like about $110 an ounce, driven by severe supply shortages. We know we still have supply shortages, although the forecasts aren't as bad as what they were. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy coffee. Wow, silver made a recovery from a really good bottom. Although it's down, it's relatively even for the week, everybody. We're going to talk about silver's recovery, what we think silver is going to start to do in the middle of the year, all the way into possibly next year. And of course, you saw that JP Morgan and our big central banks forecast some very, very bullish on silver, some very conservative, just like the weather. But we're going to talk about that shortly. We're going to look at some charts. We're going to look at some gold and some silver, everybody. But before we get started, all the new viewers, all the new subscribers, hey, we thank you so very much. My subscriber count is going up, and I thank you so very much because about 70% now of our views are non-subscribers. So I would thank you if you'd go in there and hit that subscribe, share, like button, all that stuff. Let's look at some gold and silver, everybody. $4,218 on the finish for gold and $67.91 finish for silver, guys. It could have gone lower. I didn't believe that it was going to go much lower than what it did. I kind of felt like we hit the bottom, and we should start to recover. We got some things happening that could help it recover. And what are the markets going to tell us for the rest of 2026? So silver, $67.91, $4,218 on gold, everybody. Happy coffee, happy Saturday. Let's take a drink. Oh, by the way, this is the second shoot on the video because the sound wasn't working on the first one. And trust me, it's not the same as the first video. They're all different, guys. They're all different. Welcome to the channel. I'm just the quarterback. You're the team, everybody. So how about platinum? $1,716. Palladium, $1,216 or $68. And rhodium, about the same, $7,625, guys. So what you see with me is what you get. So I'm not a professional like all the rest of those channels think they are. And, you know, I just tell it how I see it, everybody. I just tell it how I see it. And I really do a lot of investigating on silver and gold and copper and everything. What is Hong Kong doing? Hong Kong is at 4,188. You know, we're all about the Hong Kong, United States, UK. We're all about the same, right? So 66.91 on silver for Hong Kong. Mumbai is at $4,191 on gold and $66.98 on silver. London, 4,221. on gold and 67.42 on silver. What did the United States of America, New York, end up with? $4,181 on gold and 66.57. So New York, you're losing here. You're losing here, New York. But you're still a great viewership. So thank you so very much. Oh my goodness. Gold to silver ratio, everyone. 62-1, showing silver on the march once again against gold. We're going to look at that here in a minute, and we're going to show you our percentages in silver and our percentages in gold and how much they've really gone up, what we think they're going to do the rest of this year, everyone. So let's go over to our gold, our base metals. Base metals, everybody. Copper still holding on pretty strong. You know, we are a copper lovers here. Super Copper Sunday. We're calling it Super Copper Silver Sunday because we're going to be showing some of all of it and gold. So 613 on copper, 792 on nickel, and aluminum at about $1.60. So really, they're still doing fine. Goldbacks, everybody, are doing really good. They actually went up on Friday to 843 exchange rate. 24 karat fractional gold you can hold. I have fractional karat gold and 24 karat gold in little tiny coins or currency. We call it currency, okay? Alternative currency. And you don't tend to lose those. A lot easier to hold than a little bitty tiny coin that you drop in the grass. It's gone forever. You never find it. 843 on Goldbacks, everybody. Let's look at our Shanghai spots. Let's look at our India spots. Now, our Shanghai spot right now is 75.32. India is actually outperforming China on silver. Outperforming China on silver, and you can see it right here, 78.83 on their silver spot. Our dollar, which was pretty high throughout the week, over 100 at times, causing silver to really drive down because they're investing in other investments, pulling out of silver and gold, everybody, is down. It's 99.81 on the dollar. On the finish. So it really kind of helps silver start to climb that ladder again, everybody. And our oil prices are way, way down, everyone. They are at 84.28 a barrel. So they're coming down. We really need them to come down. Look, I got my happy coffee mug. A little dirty, though. Oh, crap. I dumped coffee all over me. Hey, this is what you get. Little hyperactivity. Stupidness, all that good stuff. Hey, we're just here to talk to each other, right, everybody? Just from my living room to you. I've really enjoyed this channel, making friends with everybody, and it's a lot of fun to do. It really is. So 84.28 on oil, everybody. So what is happening with silver? What's happening with gold? Let's check it out, everybody. So let's take a look at silver over the past year. Look at the numbers on silver. Over the last year, actually a rolling 12-month period, everybody. Silver is up 87.12%. 87.12% or 31.56. Now, these numbers at one time were much higher, but guys, you're not going to get a return on your money on silver. Well, no, not on silver, but on most of your investments, you're not going to get a return like you would on silver. Look at the return on silver. Is it volatile? It is. A lot of you are panicking because you bought at 80, 75, 78, 100, and you're panicking because we're at $67. But look at this 12-month proven rate of return on silver. Now, if you go down here, let's do the last 3 months. Last 3 months, now we've dropped 19.43% in a 3-month period. Now, remember, in a 12-month rolling period, we're up. But in the first quarter, roughly down 19%. And over the month, we're down about 22.6%. 0.24%. But for the year, everybody, this is what's the most important, 87.12%, year high of 122.88, year low of 35.34. That was back in 2025. So let's look at this graph, everybody. So we start out in June 13th, as we are today, at about $36 an ounce. And then it's pretty well stays stagnant all the way through June into July. It's moving, guys, showing a little bit of movement into July. And then about August, we start showing signs of a bull run, everybody. And then up she goes. She goes up to $54 by October 16th, drops down a little bit, about $9 an ounce. We have you're going to have these dips, but then we had that skyrocket price all the way up here. And then we're back down to about $66, $67 an ounce right now. So I think what's going to happen is I believe in August and September, especially mid-August, that our prices are going to start climbing once again. I think June's going to stay flat. I think July is going to stay flat now. All of our predictions change, everybody. Our mindset changes, as we watch these markets. People change their minds. They update their forecast. Let's look at gold, everybody. Gold for a 12-month rolling period. Let's look at gold for the year, okay? Gold was up 22.89%, is up 22.89% for the year, all right, for the year. So a 6-month period, it's down about 2%, and for a 90-day period, we're down 17%. So if you look at it, we've got silver at 87%, and we've got gold at 22%. So silver's outperforming gold. Silver's more volatile. Gold is, even Steven. It's kind of steady. If you look at these graphs or these charts right here, it's not near as volatile, but it has had a run. It did go up really high like silver did, come back down. But basically, for the long haul, if you look at it all the way across here, we're holding right around $4,000. I think the breakout on silver and gold is getting ready to happen. I don't know that the paper markets can hold silver and gold back much longer, especially silver. I just don't think that they can hold it back much longer, as most of the experts say. And it's still showing signs of strength. And so it's got to bust out of the markets, everybody, and it's going to. So in the next 5 years, let's talk about the next 5 years. They're looking at $100 to $140 an ounce with aggressive bull cases pushing $150 to $200 an ounce, everybody. So, this is a long-term hold. Silver and gold is a very, very long-term hold. Well, maybe not a very long-term hold, guys. This is not a short game, right? You can't play the short game with silver and gold. Look, a 5-year period, possible very, very, very high silver prices. I mean, what would happen if we hit $500 an ounce and you paid $100 an ounce? What happens if you paid $100 an ounce and we hit 200 in 5 years and you've got 1,000 ounces and you profit $100 an ounce? Guys, that's a really, really good return on silver and gold. Yes, it is a hedge against inflation. Some of you say it's not, and that's okay. We all have an opinion. Happy coffee. I love you. I love you. Even though some of the comments I don't like so much, but most of them are very engaging and very phenomenal. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment on these videos, everybody, and let's talk to each other. Let's have some fun. I mean, it's just like my living room to yours, guys. I'm just a normal old boy from Oklahoma, and I stack silver, gold, Goldbacks, copper. Copper is another huge one, guys, that we will talk about tomorrow on Super Copper Silver Sunday, that they are predicting massive numbers on copper. A lot of people have been down on copper for years and years and years, and say it's garbage, it's trash, just like they said were Goldbacks. because they didn't understand it. They didn't research it. I've researched it. I understand it. I see what's going on. A lot of the big boys see copper is a incredible metal that is the new silver. So, but we're talking about silver today, everybody. So what is the final numbers that we had? Once again, we'll do an overview here. We're at 13 minutes. This one's a little bit shorter. $4,218.30 on gold, $67.91 on silver, everybody. So 5-year possible market up to $200 an ounce, possibly over. JP Morgan says anywhere this year from 81 to, let's say, $100 an ounce, some showing 100 to 125, $135 an ounce on the big banks, everybody. So Citibank is way more bullish on silver this year. And yes, it can happen. And I think possibly by July, we're going to start seeing signs of it getting ready to rock and roll, break out of the gates, bull run in full session, everybody, and rock and roll. So if you haven't bought any silver during this dip, I suggest, in my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, I suggest you go out and buy some silver, protect your savings, protect your family, and save for the future, for the grandkids, for the kids, for yourself, for your retirement, everybody. So right here, Oklahoma, United States, America, guys, thank you for watching us. Green lights are on. I bought gold last night, bought more gold. Actually, got a lot of gold in, or quite a bit of gold, and I bought more gold and silver. So got stuff coming today. Everybody have a fantastic Saturday. We will see you Super Copper Silver Sunday tomorrow. And on Silver Stacker Cooks, we'll be cooking my secret recipe baby back ribs on the smoker tomorrow. We will post that on Monday. So everybody have a fantastic Saturday. Happy coffee, everybody. Praise God. Thank you, everyone. I'm out. Maybe.